For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. Our family started Fearfully and Wonderfully Made as a response to the love that was shown to us through the journey that we went on when Esther was in the NICU. In January of 2021 is when we delivered our first bag to the Lawrence family. And since then, we've delivered over 300 blessing bags to NICU families. And those are people from Texarkana, the Arkansas side, the Texas side, out to Georgia, out to West Texas, up to northern Arkansas, in Oklahoma and Louisiana. The footprint has been pretty vast fairly quickly, and the support that we have gotten for Fearfully and Wonderfully Made to be able to afford to do any of this. Each bag is worth $250 if you were just to go out to the store and buy everything that's in it. It's loaded down with things to love on mom and dad while baby is in the hospital, but of course all of that stuff can be used when they get home.
Navigating life is tough for everybody, but navigating life with the baby in the NICU is super stressful for our families. And basically, you never know when you might have a baby in the NICU, and we don't really know what causes people to go into premature labor or for babies to require additional care. So it's not the mom's fault that her baby is in the NICU, and no one is ever really prepared to have a baby in the NICU. So it can be very stressful. So what Fearfully and Wonderfully Made does is they come alongside these mothers and families and help support them. There's nothing else like this in Texarkana. So what this organization does is very unique and very needed in our community.
Many families are struggling with this journey that they're on, with taking time off work, with financial situation, with many hospital bills coming, and just trying to handle all this. So any little blessing that comes upon them is just, it affects them more than most people know.
I truly think it's a blessing for all the families. That I like that you call them blessing bags, because truly it's unexpected. You don't know what you're going to need in the NICU. So some of the cool things in the bags are, those journals for milestones, and, those are things you don't think about tracking, or you don't really know what to look at. So that was a really cool guide for families. And there's lots of other things in there that are just really special. And to know most of those things were donated by the community. It's really awesome just to know how much support we get as NICU families while we're there. It's beautiful, truly, to have the community all pitch in and praying for one another. It really is a sense of community. I think that's what the word means.
And also to be plugged into like a network of other parents who are going through the same thing. And, it's not all the same, but you have similar experiences. So you can always reach out to people and know you might get some answers.
Well, I feel that Fearfully and Wonderfully Made has made such a big impact on our NICU, both at St. Michael and Wadley, in multiple ways. The first, I think, experience that parents usually get when they come to the NICU, as far as an association with Fearfully and Wonderfully Made, is a special care package that consists of a backpack and items that are useful for a family requiring a lot of time in the hospital, as well as some items that provide financial support, like restaurant gift cards and coupons for different places to eat, and just several little items like that really are, helpful and comforting to a family that's, going through a major life change and having to deal with that kind of a stress.
Fearfully and Wonderfully Made has blessed us tremendously, not only just with the blessing bag, but just everything that comes with it. When we were going through our journey, we discovered that, well, first of all, we're not in control of our lives like we think we are. And secondly, prayer works, and it is powerful, and I 100% fully believe that prayer is the reason that Owen is here today.
The first and the strongest emotion that I felt was uncertainty, and I guess fear, because not knowing what could happen. But also at the same time, I was still excited knowing that we were going to bring a precious life into this world, and that would change a lot of things inside and outside for me, and gratefulness.
There were people that were there when we needed them to be there.
Right.
That made this journey a lot easier for us.
We have had the opportunity to deliver blessing bags to families that either don't get to bring their baby home or they do get to bring their baby home, and unfortunately their baby does not survive. So that's happened more times than I would like to think. But last summer, when we delivered bags in the early part of the year, and then by the middle part of the year, those families no longer had those babies to celebrate and ooh and ah over. We knew that we needed to do something that looked just a little bit different than Fearfully and Wonderfully Made. And so that's how Remember Me with Joy came about.
I know one of the things that really stuck out to me was, it's not something people talk about. You don't hear it a lot. And so to have someone, for y'all, the way y'all had stepped forward and the Fearfully and Wonderfully Made, and be a part of that and be there for people and to be able to join with other people that have went through that and be able to talk and that was something that, was unexpected, I guess. I never would have, expected that, and that was a lot for me, because to see her have someone to connect with, and know that she had support, and that we wasn't just fighting it alone. That was a lot. I can't say enough about that.
So Remember Me with Joy is really just to celebrate the babies that have passed, for those families to remember that they can come back to joy and that they can find joy again. And the only way to do that is through the hope of Jesus. And so we just want to point them to Jesus through their loss, but also give them a bag that is loaded down with gift cards and different things to help them process and move forward and reach for healing.
After Mabry's passing, something small I felt like we could do just to honor her memory a little bit was to start taking in donations to be able to purchase small knitted hats for preemie and micro preemie babies that are in our local NICUs, and just have her little Facebook page of Mabry's memory to keep that going on.
From the time I met Miss Katie, I was at a low point. I had just had a baby at 25 weeks, and meeting Miss Katie prayed for me at a time that I felt I was too weak to pray for myself. And the emotions that I felt that day, the connection that I felt that day, I wanted other mothers to experience that, other families to experience that.
I felt kind of sad, but a little happy that he was getting the right treatment and we know what's going on, so they can get it fixed. And felt pretty sad because I couldn't see him, but felt good that he was getting the right care.
We also have a sibling bag for kiddos that are the siblings to the baby that's in the NICU, so that they know that they're not forgotten, that they're loved.
I think it's important because, they don't feel like they get more attention because the baby does. But I think that the sibling bags, they give a lot of stuff in there, so it makes them feel good.
So it gives mom and dad an opportunity to check in with the kids that are at home and just remind them that nobody has forgotten them and that they're being prayed over as well.
Fearfully and Wonderfully Made also provides so many other benefits for families. They create these evenings, kind of a parents' night out, where parents with babies in the NICU get a chance to get away for a few hours and either get dinner or just get time to be alone and do whatever activity they would like, or just some time to kind of communicate with their spouse. And
just for a night for them to have a date night. We don't care if they go take a nap or if they go to dinner or whatever it looks like. The main thing is that they're able to enjoy their night together and have a safe place for their kids to be able to come to. And so we have nurses and we have doctors, we have physical therapists, we have all kinds of people who volunteer their time to make that night such a fun opportunity for parents, but also for the kids. One accomplishment that I am super proud of, Fearfully and Wonderfully Made came together and our community came together to rally to fund 20 NICView cameras at St. Michael's NICU. Those cameras are now live. So when a family has to go home, if mom needs to go home and rest, or dad needs to go back to work, or grandparents live out of town, whatever that looks like, and even for siblings that are not allowed in the NICU because of a cold and flu season, the NICView cameras give those families an opportunity to check on their baby, to give them the peace of mind that they haven't been able to have in Texarkana, but now they do. So Fearfully and Wonderfully Made helped fund all 20 of those cameras, which is an amazing thing to happen in just a matter of months. I just want to say thank you for taking time to watch this video. Thank you for taking time to pray for these families. Thank you for taking the time and the effort to support Fearfully and Wonderfully Made. We could never accomplish all that we've been able to without your prayers and without your support.
I'm fearful of making you like you.